The university.
Ignorant, we gon' bring that racket like it's Wimbledon. Discipline, but yet to find anyone equivalent. Ain't no podcast similar, now you won't find no synonyms. Be produced by Q Smith, sound like it's by Timberland. JBB in charge, EG set the bar. Be sipping water tree and Turk gon' lay the law. Jokes may go too far, but that's just who we are. Prolific, so gifted, words that have your soul lifted. So consistent, yet so different. Ain't nobody copy that lane. Carry that torch, heat up the game. Ain't nobody got that flame. Different, different. Man, this intro different. Man, this intro ignorant. God damn.
Oh, we started the show? Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the one and only D1 Ignant University podcast. I'm your host with the most eating toast, seeing ghost, Jay Brown, coming to you semi-live from another undisclosed location in the grandest prairie of them all. It's a beautiful April afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you're watching. Shout out to that one person who watches us in Israel. We're not going to name no names. Anyway, shout out to them. They support us. Now let's introduce my brothers. What Scully said, and them other people who I do a show with every week because I'm stuck with at this point. First of all, let's introduce the man I did not like when I was in kindergarten. I did not like in middle school. I damn sure did not like in high school, but hey, it is what it is at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, our talent manager extraordinaire, JJ Jefferson, what's good?
What's good, everybody? Since we were talking about elementary, middle school, and high school, it is almost that time. It is almost summertime. And for those of you that know, I work with the Youth of America. So does JB. So does Scully. So to kick things off, I just want to go ahead and throw this message out there. To the youth that listen, don't be those ones that try to challenge your superiors and think you're going to get the upper hand on them. If you don't know how to dribble a basketball properly, if you can't throw a spiral properly, if you don't know what 007 GoldenEye is, do not try to challenge your counselors, your teachers, your uncles, as y'all like to say. Don't try to challenge those that have been through the fire, because we will humble you. And I gladly, on record, let it be known, these hands are rated E for everybody.
And in case you didn't know, I'm not the type of person that takes it easy on kids.
No, you get 21 skunked in Madden, and then I'm beating the next one 21 skunked, and then it's gonna keep going.
And me and JJ grew up at a rec center where they did not separate teens and preteens from 5-year-olds. So when you 5 years old, a 12-year-old might as well be a grown man. So you either learn how to dodge or you die. And both of us still here.
Exactly, because when they played dodgeball back then, it wasn't those soft little foam pillow looking things.
Squishies.
It was the leather, the pelt ball, or you play with a basketball sometimes if they got their hands on it. You never know.
But anyway, time for my other light-skinned man. Your people not doing too hot right now, but hey, y'all leader gonna have to step up. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin Ashby, Captain Scully, Mr. Play-by-Play, what's good?
What's good? What is good? The light-skinned delegation has taken quite a hit this week, and I just ask for everybody to work with us in this difficult time, because we're really going through a PR disaster, and it's just like, it blindsided us. Like you ever been like punched in the face, or you ever matter of fact, you guys, we've all played football in this chat. You ever have been running down on special teams and you don't see the peel back blocker that's coming to get you when you think you got it? That's how it feels being a light-skinned man in the light-skinned delegation, the LSD, if you will. This week we're just going through it, but we're gonna get to that later.
We will get to that. Now, our pre-show story goes out to one of my managers at my other job for the city of the grandest prairie of them all. I'm going to ask y'all this question. I know the answer to it because you're not serial killers. Have any of you ever called a gas station?
Like
Like,
dialed the number for the gas station and called them?
Yes, like, doo, oh, that's the number. Doo, 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 doo. Ring, ring, ring. You ever called a gas station?
No.
I don't think I know the number.
One of my managers was looking for JJ. I know you know about this. Scully, I don't know if you do because I don't know if they sell them where you are. She was looking for a big Tex cinnamon roll.
No, I don't think we
Okay.
have.
Yeah, Scully, that's one of the delicacies we got to get you when you come back down here. A big Tex cinnamon roll. It's wrapped up in plastic, kind of like a honey bun. We know you know what a honey bun is.
Yes, I do. Yes, I very
It's
much
like
do.
a honey bun, but it's a cinnamon roll. And she's never tried it, and the coworkers told her how good it was. So she called a racetrack. Racetrack's the name of a gas station. She called a racetrack and asked if they had.
Is that the one you took me to when I was down there last time? Was that race?
No, we went to QT, like proper. And I know that employee was confused. Like, nigga, we have a phone?
That is crazy. Wait, is this manager? You don't have to say her name because I don't want to embarrass her on the air. But is this manager? She start with an L.
You know she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Just because I know who it is, I know where to find some big Texas cinnamon rolls. I will personally redeliver those when I come back to the Grandest Prairie. I tell her I got her.
We got it. And also shout out to our man, Mr. Lance Skillet Morse in the chat. You know, he's an OG. I don't like him. Again, I didn't like him when I was 14. I don't like him now, but I'm stuck with him. So shout out to the Skillet man who be shimmying. I'll let y'all figure out what that means. Anyway, y'all, it's time to get into the first subject of the day because I don't want to talk about Lulu and her serial killer tendencies. My bad, I said her name. Anyway, our show is titled Ignance Nobody Asked For. And speaking of something that nobody on God's green earth asked for is the NCAA basketball tournament being expanded to 76 teams. And when I say nobody, not a soul on God's green earth or the moon asked for this.
No, nobody. Like nobody at all. Gambling is ruining sports. That's what I've come to the realization of. And this may not have anything to do with gambling, but at least not outwardly and directly. But I just feel like money is the love of money is the root of all evil. I mean, it says it in the Bible. Like not money itself, just the love of it. This is a money-driven decision. This is also greed, which ties into money. Fuck the SEC because I feel like Greg Sankey has his hands all over this. I just know that for a fact. Like 76 teams. First of all, especially when it comes to the women's game, why? Because like it's already top heavy as it is. Like for the women, especially, the men are starting to become more top heavy with NIL. But like you still get upsets and stuff. The women, like, dude, South Carolina will beat the hell out of like Howard and Norfolk State every single year. There's never going to be any upsets in the game.
I don't know what they're trying to do. Clearly, we know that it's greed related and it's gambling, and we can blame Prize Picks and DraftKings and all these other dumb shits. But it's like they're not. It's like Donald Trump. They're not even trying to hide the evil. They're not even trying to disguise the stupidity. They're just doing it. And like 76 is such an arbitrary ass number.
Why 76 specifically? Like, how do they plan to execute this? Because the idea is March Madness. You do this over a course of weeks. Like, do you eliminate conference tournaments, or like, do you push this into the second week of April? Because it's usually over by like the first week of April. So does this get pushed into it? Do you just add first in and first out games? Like the games at the beginning before the actual tournament technically starts. Right. Like, do you just add to that? Like, how do you do this?
I mean, I feel like that's what it's going to end up being, right? Like, first and foremost, like we've said 1,001 times, nobody ask for this. But what I feel like is going to happen, we're going to get that first week, before the tournament officially starts. Hey, here are the top or the bottom, whatever you want to call it, the bottom 12, the bottom 14, and they're playing for essentially their chance to get in, whatever. But at the end of the day, Scully, to your point, for the women, why? Because the women, they're already, like you said, they're already top heavy. There's not really a lot of upsets that you see going on the women's side. But then the next thing you know, you've got the men's side, and we talked about it a few shows ago. The Cinderella kind of starting to die out a little bit. I think this ultimately is going to be the nail in the coffin for Cinderella.
This is absolutely the nail in the coffin. In my group chat, they argued me down to death that Texas was not the Cinderella just because their name was Texas. But I'm like, look, in the grand scheme of things that we live in today, that is the NCAA tournament, we have to change the definition. The Cinderella is no more going to be a Loyola Chicago. It's not going to be the Fairleigh Dickinson. It's not going to be the Florida Gulf Coast. It's going to be whatever team, no matter their budget, big or small.
11 seed Alabama.
It's going to be 11 seed Alabama. It's going to be 12 seed Texas. It's gonna be 13 seed Clemson. It's just going to be.
I will say the idea of a Cinderella is that it doesn't happen very often. So it wasn't like Loyola Chicago was making those runs anyway. Like, we remember it because it happened one time. So like, it is like, in and of itself, it's still a Cinderella thing where it's like, okay, that wasn't happening much anyway. But like, it happened more often in the men's side. And then I think, like you said, it's gonna be. We already saw it this year. Remember Miami of Ohio?
Yeah,
we're 31-0. And people were trying to argue strength of schedule and all this other bullshit of why they should go in over a team like Auburn that was 17-14. Because Auburn was in the SEC. And it's like, now with 76 teams, you're going to get those bottom tier SEC teams that are and ACC teams that are getting left out. Now they're going to be getting in now.
If only there was a local black man who's been saying that about conference ass bias. That is clearly happening right here. Like, let's not be dumb about this. The NCAA has always been a group of pimps who's making money off college kids, specifically, mainly
years at this point.
It's far but we know what it is. So you don't have an argument. You can't hide. You can't tell me you're unbiased when you're trying to argue another D1 program that is 31-0. Is getting questioned on whether they make the tournament over a 17-15 other Division One team. Because if that's the case, how does a Loyola Chicago ever make the tournament? First of all, if we want to talk about school size or like power conferences, by definition, Miami, Ohio play in a tougher conference than Villanova.
And by the way, when has strength of schedule ever mattered in basketball?
Ever.
Like this is not college football where Georgia is playing Chattanooga in week 14 while Alabama's playing Auburn. Like, this is college basketball. Like, yeah, it matters a little bit. Like, oh, like for said 7-14 or 17-14, like, it matters for them when it's time to like come down to it. But if we're talking about a team going 31-0 in their conference and punching a ticket, why are we talking about strength of schedule? That has never mattered. That's the whole point.
It's never mattered. And y'all are right. All of this is NIL money. All of this is, even though a school, we'll say like Georgia has next to zero basketball history. They're never going to be known as a basketball school because simply they have a big name. They got a bigger name, they got a bigger brand, they got bigger pockets than Florida Gulf Coast. They are going to make the tournament if they go 17-15 and win one game in their conference tournament over Miami, Ohio, who was 31 and I think 31-1 for a whole
31-1 or something like that.
31. They were 31-2 because they lost the game. Then they had to play the first end game and won it, and then they got smoked in round one.
And speaking of ones and twos and numbers and all this stuff, because I'm playing catch up in the chat. So shout out to all of y'all that are joining us tonight in the chat. Love the comments. Keep them coming all night long. We would love to see them pop up. But what the hell? I am broke. How am I going to pay somebody 50 cents if somebody can guess Captain Scully's last name? What the hell?
I don't make the rules here, boss man.
You make the rule. This is your show. What do you mean?
He knows my last name, though. I would think. I think Jamal. Does Jamal know my last name? I don't know.
I say your last name all the time. I'm not saying about me. The other people got to guess your last name.
Oh, well, then they just have to listen.
Yes.
I ain't got my tax return yet. Why would I pay people?
Boss man, if you're in the chat, can you hold off on that laptop that you said you had, please?
Don't listen to him. What does JJ know about? He has dreads. We don't listen to anyone with dreads. Boss man also has dreads.
Horrible.
Don't listen to him.
Right.
Anyway,
there we go.
Management didn't make that rule.
Management did make that rule.
I didn't make that rule. Who do I manage?
You don't manage. You know what? Let's talk since we're talking about managing. Let's go on to the next subject because this is starting. You're getting on my nerves.
Anyway,
like to speak to a manager.
This college basketball is just the latest batch of bullshit that the wild, wild west of NIL has created, that the transfer portal has not helped, and that this fucking gambling, again, has ruined sports as we know it. What happened to the game I love?
That's going to be the name of the documentary in like 15 years about all this.
Yes.
And I better be in that hole. That's all I'm asking. All right.
What happened to the game I love?
They better show clips of this show. I need to be on that hole. And speaking of things that have ruined the game that I love, Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sursley is under investigation.
Say his name again?
Sursley?
Brandon Sorsby, maybe?
Sorsby?
Texas Tech? Sorsby?
Yeah, Braden Sorsby, I believe.
Yeah, we just out here butchering names tonight.
Like, who the fuck did you say? It sounded like you were speaking.
That's what I thought. Anyway, like Brendan Sorsby is being actively investigated by the NCAA for guess what? Gambling. He has checked himself into a rehab facility for his gambling addiction. Let me start off the top by saying this. In no way are we blaming him for having an addiction. You can't have an addiction to gambling, obviously. Casinos exist. And the way sports is just putting this down our throats, pause. It's hard not to gamble.
No, the fuck it's not. I don't gamble at all. What is wrong with y'all niggas? No. We're not doing this. No, I am absolutely blaming him. He is saying, no, let me stop. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. I'm sorry.
No. In a way, you're right. I feel that. In a way, you have to be smart enough to know, hey, bro, I probably shouldn't do this. I'm not a regular guy. Like, I ain't a regular college kid. I can't do this.
Actually, real talk though, gambling addictions is like one of the more like, what's the word I'm looking for? But like one of the like bigger issues that people are not talking about.
Not
even that they're not talking about, but they don't recognize how prevalent and big of an issue it was even before all of this stuff. Like, and especially now, but like the amount, especially with the invention of like FanDuel and all that stuff, because it used to be like, oh, you would have to go to Vegas or talk to a bookie. Now you can just open up your phone and play prop betting. Like it's terrible. It's nasty work, you know? And what's even nastier is the fact that college athletes are throwing away full rides for $5 prize picks. What the fuck is going on here? What is wrong with people?
What is happening to the game that I love? Like that's our next topic. That's our next episode. That's gonna be the title of that one. Jesus.
And why is it that it had to be at Texas Tech? Why could it not have been at Ohio State?
It was also going on while he was on the team at Indiana.
You know what's funny though?
He was placing bets on everything, and it wasn't. Can you imagine, bro? It's bad because he's a quarterback. Like if he'd have been some slot receiver or like the third DB or like a punt returner or something, it was no problem. This is the quarterback of a football team that made the college football playoff last year, a top 5 or top 10 team in the country last year, who came in with a big ass NIL deal, and he's now in rehab. Can you imagine a quarterback betting on games? Imagine that he bet the under on his receiver, and now he's throwing him hospital balls.
I mean, you're not wrong. And it's funny because I was finna say the same exact thing. I think it wouldn't have been as big a deal had this been at one of those lower level schools that's kind of like you hear about them once and you don't ever hear about them again. Like, you know,
like
Southern,
this happened at
McNeese.
It's been at Northwestern.
Even Hawaii, the regular Northwestern, like it probably would have been like, oh, okay, cool. That's probably what the fuck they do. Because what else are they gonna do?
Hell, even Colorado with all of Dion stuff, this could happen there, and it wouldn't have made a big deal.
Not at all. I mean, unless somebody walked away with like 2 gold watches and pulled off the Shador or whatever, then yeah, it would have been all over the news.
Right? Dion just gave that to him.
Yeah.
But gambling in sports has never made sense for me. Like, I get it in football because there's a lot of variables to go around and there's a lot of pluses and minuses, especially at quarterback position because you control so much. But like Pete Rose, the all-time hit leader in Major League Baseball, is not in the Hall of Fame because as a coach, he bet on his team to win. He wasn't betting over unders. He was literally betting, is he gonna win? Yes or no? And he checked the yes box. So, and at least Fernando Mendoza was betting on his team to win. So this is where
wait. Fernando Mendoza wasn't betting.
Not Mendoza. You know who I'm talking about. They're just like
you keep getting this man's name wrong.
Whatever. So anyway, he's betting on his team to win, and I'm also like, why are we mad that he's betting on his team to win?
Yeah, it's like we said, the love for money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, it puts sports under the microscope, and then I used this analogy earlier when I was talking to someone else. We have gambling apps. We have commercials for at every sporting event, every 15, 20 seconds. FanDuel this, DraftKings that, Underdog this.
Every major sports network has a betting analyst now. ESPN got
everybody.
Sorsby was a 21-year-old kid. He is of age. And look, I know we say you need to know better because you're not regular, you're not this, you're not that. He's a 21-year-old kid who has access to money and everybody around him is gambling. Do you think he's not gonna partake eventually? Basically, you handed a kid a gun and then got mad when he shot something.
Whoa, when do we start talking about Ja Morant here? Whoa, can we
we don't even talk about basketball right now.
My thing is also like, it's like y'all say. I mean, it's kind of like they did the same thing with cigarettes back in the day. They did the same thing with alcohol. They do the same thing with just about anything. Like American capitalism is just disgusting. It gets thrown in your face at every possible moment. It got to the point now, soccer was like the last sport where like you didn't really have commercials like that. The World Cup is about to have these 15-minute water breaks, or not 15, like 5 or 6 minute water breaks.
Because it's a hydration break.
Hydration periods that they never have had before just to have ad placement. And they're just going to sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, it's for the players. And when the hell has FIFA ever cared about the player?
I mean, betting have not been advertised on podcast networks. But if, you know, this episode of D1 Ignant University podcast brought to you by DraftKings, Underdog, and Prize Picks happens to be a thing, would we say no? Would
I
we
mean,
say
what's the over under on shows on the DFPN? Who's to say, right? But anyways, going back to what we were talking about with live bets, right? The UFL. I don't know if y'all watch any of the games on TV or if anybody out there does, but
No.
literally, as you're watching the game, from the moment the ball is kicked off, they're literally having the analyst pop in as a voice, and it's like, oh hey, by the way, the Arlington Renegades and the Houston Gamblers, the over under is 45.5. How are we looking right now on the bet now that we're at kickoff? Oh, well, the Renegades high powered offense, they can easily put up 42 points, and the Gamblers, they may get you a field goal, a 4-point field goal. So right now, with the conditions and the wind and the rain here in Arlington, or not Arlington, Frisco, I think it's safe to bet on the over. And then at halftime, it's like, oh, well, the score is 15-7. Okay, well, now we're gonna go with the under. So lock your bet in for the under.
And then
not to mention on ones like Prize Picks, that's the only one that's legal in Texas, so I can't speak for DraftKings or anything else like that. In Prize Picks, they literally have in-game bets. Usually it used to be you had to make your bets before the game, and once kickoff or tip off or whatever started, it cuts it off. That's it.
Right.
Now they got first half bets, first quarter bets. They have first player to score 10 points bets. They have
all make the next shot bet.
And you know how bad it's gotten now that even it's not even just sports anymore. Apparently, like, I don't know if that Kalshi app is what I think it is, but like apparently people are betting on like sadistic shit. Like, oh, when they bombed Iran, and it's like, okay, over under on like what time of day Iran gets. I'm like, what in the Hunger Games is going on here?
You can bet on the news. You can bet on it. Was there an accident on the highway today?
This is how Rome fell.
This is
part of how Rome fell.
Definitely part of how. Like, this is how Julius Caesar got stabbed.
Yeah, probably because he owed somebody some money. That nigga bet the over. And it's just like, oh, over. Okay, you'll be 6 feet under. Bet that.
Over. Yeah, I bet you I can take over 3/5 of the world.
What's the over under? Well, you're under, and now we're all over you. So, yeah.
And now you're under.
What is Kalshi?
Kalshi.
Oh, that's what you were just talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, you can do anything. And then there was someone out there that thought all of this was a good idea. I'm like, sir, you got to,
as long as there's bread in the circus, people won't revolt. This is the circus,
and it is your monkey, and it's your circus.
Right now, I ain't a monkey.
First of all, Willie, why are we pretending? GTA 6 is never coming out.
It's never coming out. Y'all gotta get over. It's never coming out.
Let me put you a list of things that are going to happen before we get GTA 6. LeBron is going to play till age 55. Grey's Anatomy is going to end. JJ is going to be 6 feet tall.
The Rookie is going to have 13 seasons.
Shut up. You love The Rookie just as much as I do.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I fucking love The Rookie. I can't wait for season 9.
You know what else we're going to get before GTA 6? We're probably going to get Spider-Man, the Miles Morales. The next Miles Morales movie is probably going to come.
We're going to get another Spider-Verse movie before GTA 6. You know what? Fuck it. I'm throwing out the big dogs. The Browns are going to get a competent starting quarterback before we get GTA 6.
We are going to see the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Okay,
actually, I'm speaking crazy. We'll get GTA 6 now. Actually,
it's not a real thing. Like, it's like the Loch Ness Monster or the Boogeyman or Ja Morant's life decisions. Like, they don't exist.
Nick Cannon's pullout game.
Those words have never been said in the same sentence.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making.
It's like NBA YoungBoys rapping. The limit does not exist. Why are
NBA YoungBoys fans actually learning how to read?
That's not happening. That's not happening. So yeah, you can bet the answer is always under for GTA 6. It's always under because it's not a thing. It doesn't exist.
Under the jail. That's where the creators need to go. Under the jail.
And shout out for Brendan for checking himself in. I guess I'm not mad at you for
You
seeking.
think he's betting over under on how long he stays? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Oh,
that's why we can't take you nowhere.
you can't take me nowhere. Can't have shit in this house.
I bet you on that app there is an over under of how long he stays in there.
Exactly. No, stop it. No, we're supposed to be wishing him well.
We do wish him well, but we both know this was a dumbass decision. Like
It's a dumbass decision, bro. You're at Texas Tech. There's nothing else to do down there. You're in Lubbock, Texas.
You have no idea.
No, you told me. That's why I said it.
Ain't shit out there.
Ain't shit but cotton fields.
That's not a joke, bro. Have you ever seen a cotton field for real in person?
No, I have not, but my grandmother has.
No, let me tell you, them midgets will make you question slavery.
I was about.
Were you not doing it before? What the fuck?
Hold on, hear me out.
What? Wait. You
were
just
walking around here like, geez, them niggas gotta get over it.
This bitches was so big the first time I saw a cotton field. I was like, you know what?
They spent hours. I mean, from the sun up, like the sun wasn't even up yet, until sundown, and then would sleep for maybe an hour, get up, get raped, and go do it again.
Bro,
have their teeth pulled out to make chairs and shit. Like what?
When I tell you,
it
looked like there was snow on the ground, but I knew it wasn't snow because it was August. I'm like, what? I need to get up out of West Texas. As soon as I saw that cotton field, I was like,
you just heard the harmonicas playing.
And I saw that. I saw the tumbleweed. Do you know tumbleweeds are not little?
Yeah, that I know. I do know that. I know that.
The first time I saw a tumbleweed, it was the size of a Nissan Versa. I was like, what? Why? This is not what Wile E. Coyote was running by.
Facts, Mac. Facts. Scully is asking the questions we want to know.
No.
Facts.
Because what the hell were you thinking before?
I was thinking.
The man said it makes you question slavery. You didn't do it before.
Not as much till you see it.
Actually, no, I get what you're saying. I feel that. Real talk, though.
JB over here with the over-under on slavery.
Stop it. Stop.
There was definitely an over-under. 1865? 1866.
To hell you go.
I've survived the Texas summer. You think I give a fuck about how hot hell is?
That's true. You're actually in hell already.
Hey, there's over-under on the weather.
Oh my god.
Well, no, but that's different. That's different though. The weather is different because you can never trust the weather app.
Hey, what y'all know about them cotton pickers?
Oh,
that's a real thing. That's a real mess.
I think I've seen them too. I think I actually have seen them.
I mean, look in the mirror, you'll find one.
Well, I was in the house. I wasn't picking.
Look. All right. You know what? Look, speaking of light skin and speaking of picks, speaking of over under, what are y'all's thoughts about the light skin delegation taking a hit? Because let's move on to
I already told you at the beginning. The LSD.
Because now that we got Mac in the chat, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Yeah, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, let me introduce the topic. I just want to say, shout out to my good man, Klay Thompson. Not for a reason you think, ladies.
Right, I was about to say, hear him out. Hear
me out. Klay Thompson, you put me back in the game. I'm there. Meg, let me holler at you real quick, Shotty.
No. You shut up. All right, shut up. Because I was first in line. Because me
was first in line. How?
Because I am. It's just how it works. Because I'm in the LSD, so the next man up. It's the next man up mentality.
You too far. You talk too far away from the Mason-Dixon line. You're not involved in this.
She don't even live there anymore.
That's not the point. That's not the point. She
And
closer
I'm
to
actually below it. I'm below the Bible. I'm in the Bible Belt. We're
I
below
never
it.
said, whoa, you are not in the Bible Belt.
No, I know I'm saying, but we're below the Mason-Dixon in Maryland. So
I never
like,
said
what do
you
you
were above
mean?
it. I never said you were above it. The point of it is Klay Thompson put me back in the game. We are not condoning his behavior, but I'm just saying, Meg, stop dealing with these high profile dudes and come on back to Texas. Come on
Like,
back.
look, Meg, you like anime. I like anime.
You don't even like anime yet. You still dibbling and dabbling.
What are you talking about? I'm fully in it. You know, like I'm like 12 episodes into Yu Yu Hakusho.
First of all,
You know, I'm 3
know,
episodes into One Piece. You know.
First of all, I know who put you on Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm the one that put her on.
We're not bringing her name up right now. We're not talking about her.
I'm just saying I put on who put you on.
Off topic, but I'm watching the Lakers and Rockets and Kenny Smith's knees. Jesus.
What the, pause. Why
What's
are
the
you
over-under on his knees like actually connected?
First of all, just because you mix don't mean you're not light skinned.
They're playing mixed light-skinned people. You know that we have a whole wing of that department in the LSD. Like there's a whole wing for the mixed race individuals, bro. That you got to go on the fourth. You got to go 4th floor, two doors down, room 212D. That's the mixed race wing, MRW.
You got to be at least 35% though.
It's classified. Yeah, that's you need security clearance to go up there. So I haven't been up there because they won't let me. Because I mean I don't pass the paper bag test. So, and most of the people up there, their names are like Jalen. So and their moms have blonde bobs. So it's like a thing. But yeah, Klay, you're really fucking shit up for us, Klay. We are You did not file the proper paperwork, and we told you that at the last meeting. We told you to stop. We told you when you fucked up with Coco Jones to stop doing this. We told you when you fucked up with Spider-Man's girl. I don't even know her name in real life. The girl from Spider-Man: Homecoming. The one that he liked, who the Vulture's daughter.
Oh, the light skinned one. She was bad.
Yeah, exactly. And she's light skinned too. See, this is LSD on the LSD crime. Like, what are you doing? You know, we already have problems with female representation, and now you're just excommunicating the 1 or 2 prominent members we have. Because
and then your light skinned kings have not been having a good couple.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Klay, we told you to stop doing this, Klay. At the last meeting, we told you to file the proper paperwork, and you would not listen. And now look, now we are taking the blowback, because like we got to file all the paperwork, and now we got to run out here with a PR firm, and hire these people, Jalen and Jalen Associates, and like we got to deal with this bullshit because you just want to be on a boat in San Francisco because you got a touch of the tism. Like this is, if you've seen that IG, then you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen this is ridiculous, Klay. What are you doing? Why are you? But clearly, this is just more proof that he's the greatest shooter of all time.
And
that's all that this proves at the end of the day.
And look, for the ladies who are thinking we're taking Klay's side, we
absolutely are not.
We are not. But I'm here to tell y'all, uninformed people of color, non-people of color, you uninformed people, Meg Thee Stallion was never bigger than Klay Thompson. Just because you,
that's the one thing we gotta nip in the bud right now. Because I saw that clip too, just like y'all did.
Whoa. Buff, you can't talk.
Oh, we don't claim him. No, he's not with us. He's not with us. You can't
talk about Miles Morales' voice actor because, for one, he's screwing stuff up for his damn self.
Not for Shamik Moore. He's not even part of us. He's not with us.
He ain't messing. He ain't messing nobody up with the dark skin delegation. Why? Because he just uncontrollably horny.
He said Rosa Parks should have taken a cab. His bitch ass need to go somewhere.
And you see, he ain't been to a meeting in 3 years. He ain't even looked at no paperwork. So he got excommunicated. He got excommunicated, if we being honest.
Yeah, by Haley Steinfeld specifically, but like by the rest of us too. But like, yeah.
I've already explained to y'all about Haley Steinfeld at the exact moment I would have folded in Sinners. As soon as she said, "You stuck your tongue down Makuza," fuck, it's so hard. I thought you changed your mind. That's it.
See, that wasn't it for me. For me, it was
Laundry.
at the party. He said, "You killed all the people, but you couldn't kill this pussy for one night." Oh, see, that's what Josh Allen folded. So, and Haley has honorary member. She has honorary membership in LSD because she's white passing. There's a white passing wing too, WPW. So if you go up
Sounds like an
go up to the third floor, 25F. It's up there.
25.
I haven't been up there either because
Anyway, people, let's calm this down. Meg is a big name. Klay's an Olympian. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest shooters to ever touch a basketball. First of all, he's worldwide because he's endorsed by a Chinese sneaker company. Come on.
This man scored 60 points without dribbling.
He dribbles like a Republican.
He dribbles like a Republican, and he dates like one too. Clearly, got black women on a boat. That's dating like a Republican.
I mean, Odell Beckham put his team on a boat and they never recovered.
Yeah, but he wasn't dating them. Well, we don't know that.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, like he was wearing Timbs on the boat, so that's how you knew they were going to lose.
Which is already a cursed thing to do.
Timbs on a boat in Miami. I know his feet were crying to Jesus.
And I bet you he was not wearing socks.
He was not wearing socks. And they were tight. It wasn't like loose Timbs. He was like, these jokes were like bone tight. Like, fully tied up.
He was wearing Timbs like construction workers who were meant to do it.
Exactly. He's wearing them like construction workers and not the New Yorker that he was supposed to be at the time.
And first of all, my girl's never getting within spitting distance of Michael B. Jordan. I'm not that dumb.
But yeah, no, somebody made the point. When that girl said we never knew who Klay Thompson and Stephon Diggs were before they dated Megan and Cardi B, the we in question that she was referring to were the women specifically, because the niggas, we knew who both of those people were. She was talking for the women, clearly, because there's no way you come out your lips and say we didn't know who Klay Thompson was before Meg. Shut your ass up. I am not condoning anything that Klay Thompson did. The LSD does not accept any of that. The opinions of Klay Thompson are not reflective of the LSD. Now, that being said, that is one of the great. He is, like you said, a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest shooters ever. Like before Meg, and then after Meg, he's really one of the greatest shooters ever. Because to have a roster of Coco Jones, Meg the Stallion, and Spider-Man's girl, because I still don't know her name, and this is so disrespectful because she's a member of LSD.
Like, Meg, why? I get it. He corny, but corny got him $300 million, one of the top 5 jump shots of all time, and Meg the Stallion.
The problem is people thought Klay Thompson was Russell Wilson just because he's light-skinned corny.
Anyway, we're gonna move on for this because we got other things to talk about. Just know, Klay Thompson, appreciate that, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, going back to the NBA, we have a tanking problem. That's not news, honestly. But the NBA has made some proposals to try to fix it by switching the draft lottery. So, in case y'all don't know, the draft lottery is literally the worst 14 teams by record, and they have X amount of % chance if their name gets drawn to get the number 1 pick. So obviously all the teams are fighting for the worst pick. So the proposal has been that the bottom 3 teams don't have the best odds to get the number 1 pick, which I'm not fully against, because it does make you have to play the game some.
I just want y'all to know, it's a guy that made this point, and for some reason I don't know why I didn't think about this. I should have been, but for some reason all this tanking stuff has got me thinking. I think we underestimate that some of these teams are just bad. They're not trying to tank. They are terrible.
Agreed.
So when they go and get the worst record in the NBA, and everybody's just going to immediately assume, oh, they're tanking. No, they're the Wizards. Like, they're bad.
No, the Wizards.
They're bad. Like, the Wizards are bad. The Nets are bad. They're not tanking. They're just terrible. We'll put that on the shirt. Not tanking, just terrible.
TNT on the back. We don't put not tanking, just terrible on the front, and TNT on the back.
Right. But that being said, I think this will help a little bit. I'm not against it.
So 0 to 3 will have a 5.4% chance for number one pick. 4 through 10 will have an 8.1% chance, and 11 through 14 will have a 5.4% chance. I don't like that the bottom 3 and 11 to 14 have the same amount of chance. I feel like that's stupid. Because like 11 to 14, basically we're talking about play-in teams against teams with the worst record. Like, I'm not going to pretend the Miami Heat were the greatest team and the best team constructed this year, but they don't deserve to be in the same odds to get a Cooper flag than the Wizards do.
That being said, I would much rather prefer seeing Cooper flag in Miami. I think Miami Heat fans would enjoy it because y'all are tired of constantly being the 8 through 10 seed every year, being just good enough to get in the playoffs, but not bad enough to actually do anything.
I mean, yeah, we can't stop teams from tanking. And yes, I would much rather see Cooper flag in a Miami Heat uniform than in a Maverick uniform. But I was just using them as an example because, I know the Heat are roughly a 14, 13 in the lottery since we lost in the play-in. But
a proposal like this, in theory, on paper, would help a team like the Heat.
I mean, with an 8% chance, they literally have a better chance to improve themselves on a bigger scale than the Wizards. And the whole point of the draft is for bad teams to try to improve themselves.
I just never understood the NBA's draft system. Like, why can't it just be like the NFL where you just straight up get the number one pick? Like the NFL, there's more blatant tanking in the NFL, and they just keep on going on business as usual.
Well, it's
like the NBA doesn't have nearly as big of an issue of it, and they're making much more of a big deal.
It's always because one guy on an NBA team can literally change an entire team.
That's true.
One guy in football, it can only do so much.
It can only do so much.
Yeah. Another Jamal example. Justin Herbert was great. His offensive line sucked. There's nothing that one guy can do that is going to be more effective than what these 5 guys are doing in front of them. When it comes to basketball, Cooper flag almost by himself with mid-tier talent can get his team to the play-in.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Plus, I think also that
Devin's having some technical difficulties. He getting yelled at right now.
That's an accurate statement. But no, looking at the comment, Boss Man and Mac bring up some interesting points. So, I don't know how to feel about it because at the end of the day, kind of like what y'all were just talking about, one player can make or break a team when you look at the NBA. For example, look at the Indiana Pacers. Last year, we were talking about them going the distance to the NBA Finals, and then Halliburton fucks around, gets injured, is no longer there. He's not their guy anymore. So after Halliburton goes down, the Pacers are who the Pacers we know them as. They're not good. They're bottom of the barrel, right?
And now
it would be the same thing with like San Antonio. Wemby, thank God he's not out for real. But like when Wemby went down in the postseason and had that concussion, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay, now Portland can make a move. Portland can try to attack that because they're still a young team." In theory, if San Antonio didn't have the pieces around Wemby, then it's like, okay, without Wemby, San Antonio is a bad team. Golden State without Steph Curry, what is Golden State? So yeah. A player can make or break a team, and I don't know. Just hearing the proposals and the talks and the tanking, I mean, it's not going to go away. You know, teams they're going to want the best pick. They're going to want to try to get number one. But then what's also scary is going into this year's NBA draft, aside from maybe 3 players that I've had my eyes on, I don't think the draft class this year is anything really to talk about.
This is one of the deeper drafts almost in history. But every draft class is deep in theory until they get into the league. But I just don't like the numbers of, first of all, I think we can fudge with these numbers. Like 0 to 3 should not be the same as 10 to 14.
Absolutely not.
It shouldn't be. Like, if we want to take away some of it, cool. But why does the 10th seed, who again, the 10th worst record in the NBA, is honestly what, 3 or 4 games away from the play-in? Stop that. What is Draymond doing? What is Draymond doing when Steph is out?
Draymond is a walking technical foul away from a 5-game suspension. So that's
we're not talking about Draymond single double, but when it comes to the Spurs are a good organization that know how to have mid-tier guys, and some of those mid-tier guys for 2 or 3 games can be a star. That's right. Because they're an organization that knows what the fuck they're doing. The Warriors, before the Steph Curry era, nobody is considering them a good organization. And hell, even with the Steph Curry era, when you have Hall of Fame, all-time top 10 to top 15 talent, really all you got to do is not surround him with Kwame Brown and other bums, and you'll still probably be decently successful. So you get a guy like Draymond. We don't care what you got to say, Mac. That wasn't no sarcasm. You meant that. Anyway, you get a guy like Draymond.
You said it with your chest.
Draymond is the definition of a system guy whose career is owed to those 2 light skins who shoot the ball. And all they said was, hey, if you play defense and set these screens and make good passes, we'll get you 3 championships and to the Hall of Fame. And at this point, Draymond Green will be heading to the Hall of Fame. He got his rings thanks to them 2 light skins, one with the girl who don't like him, who cooks, and one with the other one who's a generational bag fumbler.
Yeah, no, 100% there, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how all of this shakes out, though. I mean, even with, you look at the trades and what we talked about in the chat, because someone had mentioned trades. Look at how that Paul George trade has played out. Like, over time, when you look at it, that was such a horrible trade.
I mean, that's the thing, though. When you trade that far in advance, we never think about who those trades turn into. We just see a number. We just see 2nd round trade, 1st round trade, whatever. We never realize that you're trading Paul George for a guy who was essentially an 8th grader at that time. That's what we don't
think about it. We don't think about it till later. Like somebody comes back and is like, "Oh yeah, by the way, they traded this pick. That pick became," and then it becomes a big deal. Like, wasn't nobody thinking about it when they first traded Paul George? Like you said, SGA didn't even have braids.
SGA was barely going through puberty when that happened. That's just a crazy thing we don't think about. And really, if a team wants to ruin their future for these, let them. The process was the ultimate failure. They kept saying trust it. Well, you trusted Joel Embiid's needs and his back and his diet. And where did it lead you? Back to pre-Allen Iverson. In case y'all don't know, Allen Iverson was the number 1 pick for a reason, because the Sixers were ass. But anyway, that's just our take on tanking for a while. We're going to get to our final section of the show, one that JJ was extremely passionate about. We are getting an arcade style NBA Street knockoff in a couple of months. In case you missed the news, JJ put in our chat earlier that there is a trailer for the game called NBA The Run. JJ, you felt very passionate about this. How are you feeling?
So basically, for those of you that don't know, or if you haven't seen it, NBA The Run, at least according to what was dropped today by Play by Play Studio or whatever the fuck, they are bringing back the arcade style, fast paced, whatever. It's 3v3. It's very arcadish, cartoonish, whatever. It looks like they just took NBA Jam and NBA Street. And for those of you wrestling fans out there, WWE All Stars, and y'all know how bad that damn game was. And they said, hey, let's put these two together, and boom, here we go. NBA The Run. I would have much rather preferred to have a return of NBA Street because the OGs who played NBA Street have been asking and clamoring for a game that can take them back to those solemn good times. Granted, on 2K, you know, the park, playground, whatever the hell it's called, is not bad. It gets a little, what's the word, congested after a while because you have all these people who just think they're, you know, the next prospect and they want to show off and this, that, and the other, and they're going to do their thing, and it turns into somebody who's a level 55 trying to rack up their own things. Like, dude, go play these guys 1-on-3 if that's how you want to live. But for the run, I don't know. It looks fun. Maybe, not really. It depends on if it has a price tag on it, because if it has a price tag, probably going to avoid it. If it's free because it's an online play game,
ain't nothing in this world free.
I might check it out.
You know,
ain't nothing in this world free. Go on ahead and look on Pie. Just prepare, guys.
Everything in the gaming industry, the sports gaming industry specifically, goes back to two people who ruined everything: EA and 2K. These fuckers who were the first ones to get an exclusive license were the first ones to screw it up. Good old late stage capitalism. Capitalism breeds competition. Well, they said, fuck, there is no more competition because they got these restrictive exclusive rights for the NFL and for the NBA to where they don't have to try anymore because there's literally no competition. Let's bring back the days of what y'all remember about 989 sports.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. 989 sports was competitive. What y'all know about NCAA Final Four, college hoops? Back when we had me and JJ played the shit out of this game back in the game. ESPN football.
I was just about to say, what y'all know about that? Because, man, ESPN, NFL, that was the first game where you could actually go and do a first-person mode way back in the glitchy era where it looked fucking awful, but it was so damn good to play. And then, of course, now modern-day games are like, oh, change your camera angles, and you can do this, and you can do that. It's not the same. It's not.
Well, back in my PSP era, I had a game that was just called NBA 06. And it was an NBA Live knockoff, you know, them early PSP days. They were just putting anything on there, but it was fun. It had a dodgeball mode. You know what it's like to play dodgeball with Shaq? That shit was hilarious. I don't think I ever played more than a game or two of basketball a day. I loved dodgeball. But yeah, NFL 2K, I used to have NFL 2K on my Dreamcast with Randy Moss on the cover.
What do y'all know about a Dreamcast?
When he played for did he play for the Raiders yet? Or where was he at?
This was still Vikings Randy Moss.
Vikings Randy Moss. Okay, yeah. People don't remember. I don't think Randy Moss did either because he smoked so much back then.
I mean, when you played for the Vikings, you would do it too. And then they sent him to the Raiders and only gave him an excuse to do it more.
Yeah, what's the over-under on that, huh?
Mm-hmm. They were over him, and he was underutilized.
Oh, he was so high, he was over everything.
Although that
So,
Vikings team was good, they went to the NFC Championship. They just kept losing.
yeah, and a good chunk of those losses were to the Packers,
And the Falcons.
which did not help. But anyway, I'm not going to say I don't have any faith in this one, but give me NBA Street back. Or at worst, let's have a compromise. Y'all remember NBA Ballers?
Shot call.
Stephon
20
Marbury
inch blades.
on the Impala?
I'm just saying.
Before we head out for the show, I have a joke I want to tell y'all. It's a good one. I promise it's a good one. Everybody in the chat, y'all gonna love this one too. If vegetables don't have phones, how does my onion ring?
No, yeah. Sorry.
How does my onion ring?
Yo, go ahead, bro.
Talking about the NBA 05 dunk contest. Yes, boss man.
Boss man, I'm glad you're still in the chat. Can you if you decide that hey, this show wasn't up to par, it's JB's fault. That joke was whoa, Mac.
Ballers was the second Ballers was ass, not the first one. NBA Ballers Phenom sucked, not the original. Not the original. But we got one more. I promise. It's only one more. It's only one more.
Okay.
No. Okay. Vegetables don't have hands or feet or fingers. Why does my ginger snap?
Those two
That
jokes
actually was
are
good.
worse
That
than
was good.
No, it
That
wasn't,
was good.
Scully. Don't do that. That was worse than what I've seen trending on TikTok about, see if you can, watch these or listen to these without laughing.
But why does
Well, no,
my
you didn't let me finish. It was good and terrible.
log off? Show shit up. Why my ginger snap beats me?
You know, it took me a minute, but I just got that. Wow.
Anyway,
because I was like, wait a minute. No, he didn't.
yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the one and only D1 Ignant University podcast. JJ, final thoughts to the people.
Man, all I can say is shout out to the people. Make sure y'all, if y'all like what you see, you like what you hear, make sure y'all follow us on everywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the DFPN network as a whole. Shout out to the DFPN for having us. And yeah, man, just enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Don't be like JB. Stop with the dad jokes and the bullshit. Just stop.
You are literally a dad.
Yeah, but my jokes were good. Go back a couple episodes and listen to them.
That's because you haven't settled into the role yet. Dad jokes by contractual obligation. Dad jokes are going to be rough.
You didn't read the syllabus. Anyway, Scully, final thoughts.
I went to GPISD, didn't you?
No, I didn't read. We don't read. Scully, final thoughts.
Final, Jesus, wow. Oh, it's almost time, ladies and gents. The WNBA is almost upon us. You know, we just had this preseason opener with Angel Reese and playing the Sky again. Flau'jae is balling in her first game in the W. I can't wait. That Storm jersey is about to go sell like crack in the 80s. And we're just getting it all back. Asia Wilson is about to be the dominant big man in their household again. And then, she and Bam are our final hope at this point, the way the rest of these couples are going. The People's Champion, Paige Beckers, and the People's Girlfriend, AZ Fudd.
Paige said that's none of y'all damn business.
Even though they told us everything. It's just the WNBA is just almost back, and they got paid this summer too. So I'm ready. So let's go. Everybody watches women's sports. I don't give a damn what you say.
So Dallas Wings, if you want us to come out there, spread a little bit of ignorance to the ladies, we here spreading it. Everybody gets treated equal because ignorance does not discriminate. So, like I love to say at the end of every episode, keep learning, keep living, keep loving, and we out. JJ, hit the vegetable button.